So here is the main issue with the shifter's main part. This is very strong and solid, but you just have this little surface here, contact here, to this very, very thin part here. This, and there is always play in the hole, of course, for the screw, like this. So you always need to tighten it very hard. And as this is a very solid shifter, and I didn't did any abuse of at all, just normal shifting, dirt rally, you know. And when you mount this together, of course, you know, like this. And this axle is also a little bit annoying because it's rotating completely all the way through. I just mount one side so I can show. And of course, you know this. Now it's not completely tight, so there is a movement here. And with this design, you can't get rid of this movement except tightening this very hard. Okay, and it was tight when it was new, but I could feel, you know, with the rollers here, a slight, when it was neutral, I could feel that this when it was new, it was all tight, solid. And then when this came, I realized that there's something loose inside, because I could feel this part here is mounted like this, and of course this as well. And the spring pushes down here, and I could feel this. And this is what I realized, that there's something wrong. So I had to take it apart, and I saw this was loose. And I understand that this is the magnet who touch this little sensor here, which is working during upshifts. Here is the USB, and it's like this. No, it's upshift, yes, like this. Okay, upshift is when the magnet gets closer, and downshifts is like this in my setup. And I think maybe when this is moving, you have a different position from this magnet here, and it's not consequent. It's sometimes it's a little bit closer, and maybe the upshift, when the magnet gets closer, it's not so sensitive, with the position. But on the upshift, it doesn't recognize the upshift. Maybe because this is in the wrong location. I don't know. But this is another problem, I think. This is the bigger problem to solve, to not have this movement here. You have to find a way to maybe it's okay, better with a countersunk screw, actually. So the screw, if this hole was countersunked, and this screw was countersunk, so it's always centered in here, and then when it's tight, it's gonna be centered. But I don't know if it's strong enough. I think maybe this part would be, if this axle was longer, and this bearing was in here, and try to find a way how to tighten it so there is no play. You have to get rid of the play there, because if this smallest play there is gonna wear out the material. Because this is a high-end shifter. This is one of the best shifters out there. So I think this is you have to find a way to solve this. I can think about it, and because I used to design small things like this, but I'm not paid by you. And also, when this is moving, these screws, I also saw on this part. You can see here. It's wear here and here, and not on this side. And that's because when this moves just slightly, these parts come in contact. I think it's here. I think it's here. It's touching this. No. It's not. It's in the case. Maybe it's touching here. Yeah, here is a slightly wear here, touching here. And I realized that this, because I couldn't get the stick up through these slots, because it was not centralized. This screw should be able to get through here. You see it's very tight here. But as the stick was slightly off, it was, I couldn't get it up here. So I think, you see, this clearly, this is, such a strong shifter shouldn't have these marks after, it shouldn't be like this at all. Even if you use it for 10 years, this is, I don't want to say wrong design. I say it's such a good design everywhere, but not here. And this is the weakest point. And you're gonna have more problem with this. It's not just only me. I hope. Otherwise, I love everything with your equipment. You know, I have your new rig here, and with the handbrake, and with the Fanatec DD2, and I really love it. So thanks for your time, and hope to see a different solution here. Okay, thank you.